So this is going to be a quick video to show you how I personally get the most out of the last cut. What you're seeing here right now is virtually 3,000 grit wet sand marks, and I'm just going to be using a microfiber pad to remove the sanding marks that you see here. So what I have right here is just a microfiber pad with 4 dots, and then I have some lines just from the center of the pad to the edge of the pad just to make sure I'm using the whole pad when I'm correcting. So generally there are 2 ways that I spread the product on the surface. The first way I do it is to just use the regular hand motion and just go back and forth over the work area to make sure I have coverage. And the second way I do it is to bump the trigger and use the actual head motion of the machine along with my arm motion to spread it over the surface. So just a quick bump of the trigger and hand motion. So what we have here right now is the non-diminished product spread over the work area. I find that even using speed 1 or speed 2 can actually start the diminishing process prematurely, and you won't get as much aggression as you would want from the last cut. So I use this method to make sure I have non-diminished product over the work area that I'm intending to work. So now that it's over my work area, I'm going to bump my machine to speed 6. That's generally what I use to correct, 5, depending on which paint I'm working on. But usually I go 5, 5.5, or 6 through the paint correction. Actually 6 90% of the times, to be honest. And then once you have your product over your work area, you go back to your beginning point and you start your correction phase and you run whatever speed needed and go through the process. There's no need to back it down to 3 or 4, after a few passes. I've tried it personally and I haven't really seen any improvement in the finish that you get. So I'm just going to keep it on 6 and then work it through its process. And I also have a light behind me so I can actually see through the compound to see exactly what I'm doing and when I need to stop polishing. So I'm just going to go to speed 6 and run it through its phase right now and see how we can clear this panel up. just gonna wipe the excess product off. As you can see, I just took my time using slow hand motion to get the product time to do what it's doing. And here you can see the difference. So the key thing to remember is that the last cut is not a non-diminishing abrasive compound. So it does diminish, so you can't treat it as though it is a non-diminishing abrasive compound. So always remember to get the product non-diminished over your work area before you actually start your correction. So starting at speed 1 and 2 and spreading can actually reduce the effect that the last cut would have. So to get the most out of it, spread it first with your hand motion or bumping your trigger, and then you can bump it up to speed 5 or 6 to go through your correction phase, and you should be happy or get better results than what you have been getting.